and if it was for 3 years, was the price stable? And you've answered that, so
Okay.
that's fine.
Sorry.
My second question is, why do we need workplace violence counseling on here?
You know, because a lot of it is just, some of it is just throwing coverages. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to affect the overall pricing, okay? They throw that coverage in. They have minimum premiums. That's their minimum premium. You can take that out if you wanted to. It's not going to affect the overall pricing.
Well, I just see what the coverage is. I didn't see what the breakdown, maybe it's over here, but I just wonder because we're not an office and like we're kind of aligned with the county, so I'm wondering like how much of this is county stuff versus not. I don't
I
think,
understand.
I mean, like I could see where on the bridges and everything else, we'd need a good Samaritan, we'd need we need crisis management, and even that I have a question about. Is that not aligned with some of the services that are provided in the county? So I'm just wondering if we need the basic stuff, but do we need these little things that are, because it's not really the GPA's responsibility on some of that.
I understand what you're saying, but these are throw-in coverages. And there's a lot of coverages sometimes when you bind a program. They have all these different ancillary throw-in coverages that aren't going to make a difference to the overall pricing. So it was just put into the proposal. I mean, whether we take it out or not, the coverage is still there. It's not going to affect your overall pricing.
Questions asked, thank you.
Okay.
So, Tony, I see that all the coverages are the same except we increased deductibles. I don't know what page I'm on, page 4.
Yeah, on the public officials.
Yes, the liability, we increased that, and also the non-monetary defense deductible.
Right, because that's the carriers, what I had mentioned before, was the market's very difficult. Carriers are getting burned on these coverages. You see a lot of claims that are coming in, and that's why they've bumped up some of the deductibles to keep the pricing somewhat stable. And a lot of it could be because of their treaties that they can't write these smaller deductibles anymore.
All right, understood.
All right. As a matter of, as a follow-up, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right.
That might be, but could we find out what is?
Excuse me?
You suggested that it might be because of their treaties. I'm not necessarily interested in might, but rather what is.
Okay, I'll find out why they bumped it up. I'll get you an answer and I'll send it to both Sarah and Mark.
Yeah, because a lot of the comparisons you're making are not necessarily, they're apples and oranges, and for that matter, they're not even apples and oranges. They're more apples and bricks, because at least apples and oranges are the same, are both fruit. To suggest a cyber attack being, going up 100% as opposed to, a bridge that's been there for 100 years, and the only thing that we've done is made it safer and rehabbed or replaced it, we're actually improving a circumstance, whereas, when you're dealing with anything cyber related, it's all a matter of what your vulnerabilities are. And, even to that same comparative, we've actually made our vulnerabilities much less in the work that we're doing here. So,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
well, I'm just suggesting that's the
Right.
the rationale that you provided us, or at least the example you provided us, and it's not, pertinent to what we're doing.
Yeah, I was just giving you a generalization on what's going on in the marketplace. From an excess liability standpoint, rates have gone through the roof.
Well, sure, but
So
cyber attacks have been a much bigger problem now than they were 10 years ago. But we've always had bridges. 10 years ago, we had bridges, so it's not. All right, I'm sorry.
Any other
interrupting
questions
you.
for Tony? All right.
What is, Mark, what is our timing on this?
So, I believe, so we wouldn't renew until next year. And Tony, when would you need a decision on this?
As long as, whenever works for you guys. I mean, I think the thing expires on the 13th.
So I believe our next meeting is January 4th.
Okay, there's going to be 12, 13th, which one are we talking about?
The 13th of what?
January 13th.
Of
Okay, so we-
January.
Yeah, so if they took formal action on January 4th, would that work for you?
That's fine, Mark.
Okay. So we can wait until next meeting
Right, I
to
just
take
wanted
formal
get
action.
some answers back on
Yep.
questions we had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if there is what the difference would be to keep the deductibles the same if that were not an effect of a treaties that they have somewhere else.
Okay.
Any other questions for Tony? All right, Tony, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. You have a good day.
You
Thank
too.
Bye, Tony.
Bye, Mark.
All right, next item on the agenda is Treasurer's Report. Ron?
Good morning, everyone. You should have in front of you the Treasurer's Report for November 30th, year-to-date. The first page is our balance sheet, and it shows cash and cash equivalents of $585,540.84, total liabilities of $350,000. It gives us a total liabilities and our fund balance of $973,841.41. The second page is our income statement year-to-date. The third column is the actual. We show total revenues of $506,109.76, expenditures at $971,679.30, which gives us the ending net year-to-date. And the third page is always our pass-through for the capital projects income statement. Again, on the third column, you see our total revenue, $4,181,289.33, and it's passed through as an expenditure for the same amount, bringing the net back to zero. Any questions on the statement?
Anybody have any questions for Ron? I need a motion to approve, please. Thank you, Ken. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Lori. All right, any questions on that motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
Invoices for payment.
So the Alliant Boynton is already raised, is that true?
No,
Or no?
we've included it in the invoices for payment in anticipation that it would have been approved. We'll just hold that.
Do you need us to motion to take that out, or?
No. So in here for the invoices for payment, there's a spreadsheet. So King Spry invoices totaling $4,306.50. Alfred Benish and Co. For $2,257.28. Watt Teeter for $117,969.26. PPL for a P3 facilities relocation, $14,525.03. And then the fourth quarter of the Northampton County DCED management fee for $14,880.73. And the total would be $253,384 minus the $99,362.04 of Alliant Boynton.
So the new total would be 153,938.80.
938.
80.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pam. All right, so Mark reviewed all the invoices for payment, and it's calculated at $153,938.80. So I need a motion to approve. Thank you, Ken. Second?
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ron. Any questions on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thanks for figuring that out. Invoices paid to date, that's 5.3. Again, that's informational only, and that should be from the first of the year on. And there's no action needed on that.
Correct.
Morning, Greg. Bridge project update.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Greg.
Does everybody have a copy of the status report in the spreadsheet?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Jumping down to right away. This was discussed last month, but I just have it on here that the last property of Bridge 41 was taken by eminent domain, and I don't have an update unless John has any updates on it. Jumping down to utilities, at our last status meeting on November 23rd, there was no movement on the utility companies on the bridges that are still outstanding. We did have a discussion last Friday about Bridge 219, about the sanitary sewer line that was completed by Wind Gap Municipal Authority, to talk about future maintenance and to put some added safety features to prevent people from walking on it. That was held last Friday.
Hey, I'm sorry, Greg, could you repeat that? I'm trying to follow your words here. And
Sure. Yeah, so on Bridge 219, there was a meeting held with the Wind Gap Municipal Authority
right?
regarding a sanitary sewer line they have upstream of the bridge. We were just talking about future maintenance, who's responsible if storms come through,
Okay.
and talk about safety features such as preventing people from walking across it, because it is located outside limits of the bridge.
Right, but the sewer line then was already completed, though, the relocation, right?
It was completed, correct?
It is
It's done.
completed.
Yep.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Bridge 124, at our last status meeting, November 23rd. GPI noted they'll be sending the permanent plans for us to review shortly. We have not received them as of today. On Bridge 101, last time I talked to you about the right of entry permit. The IWDA sub-consultant, they're the geotech for Krieger. They're currently reviewing Ritu's geotechnical fieldwork that was completed out at the site on October 7th. The report was submitted on November 23rd, and the report is currently under review. Jumping down to construction, I got some updates there. Bridge 54, there are 2 punch list items remaining. There was also a meeting held with DEP last week to discuss some flooding at the site. Krieger will be adding some riprap into the mill race to try and prevent any water from entering a neighboring adjoining property owner's property. So that'll be happening soon.
Did we get the fish and boat understanding that we needed?
I have not received it yet. Well, we have a status meeting this afternoon. We'll hopefully find out then. Jumping down to Bridge 146. 6 of the 14 punch list items were completed, and the remaining punch list items will be completed in December. So by end of the year. Bridge 210, similar. Krieger noted that the remaining punch list items will be completed by end of the year. On Bridge 219, paving began on December 1st. The guide rail was worked on this December 3rd, and it's currently in progress right now as we speak. Going down to Bridge 195, similarly, the pavement was completed on November 29th. The guide rail was completed on December 3rd. We inspected the guide rail yesterday, had some minor punch list items. So this bridge will be ready for a final walkthrough, hopefully this week, so we can get the bridge open to traffic. Similarly, on 219 and 195, Krieger noted they should be completed by end of the year.
I'm sorry, what should be completed?
The bridges.
Like
they'll be
all
open to
the
traffic.
punch list items?
Open to traffic, and the
No.
punch list items too. correct?
And punch list items, because
Yes.
these punch list items seem to be dragging on. I'm trying to read through a few of these. And I'm just like, 146 was open on October 7th, there's still punch list items. They completed 6 of 14. And I just remember from meeting to meeting, hey, they're gonna be on site to work on punch list, it just doesn't, it seems to be dragging on.
Yeah, they know by end of the year is what they're telling me.
So they
could
know
you
by
be-
the end, I'm sorry, they know by the end of the year what?
Yeah, they should be complete by end of the year is what they're telling us.
Could you be more specific with us what those punch list items are?
Yeah, so some of them are utility relocations, and some are minor pavement. For instance, there's some rutting in the pavement that need to be sealed. There's some sealing of joints. I mean, these are minor items.
Minor items, but they're still on the list and not completed.
Correct. So that's all we have regarding construction. So regarding final acceptance, the number is still the same. We still have 14. We still have 6 substantial completions, 2 under construction, and the last 3 remaining, bridges 41, 101, and 124.
I have a question regarding Bridge 101, which is Hanoverville Road. The geotechnical study work that's being done, are they going to be taking into account the fact that there's going to be 2 large warehouses going where Dutch Springs is currently in order to be able to handle that traffic load?
Yeah, the Bridge 101's a rehab, is what it is. And the rehabs have been planning to take the postings off the bridge, is what they've been doing. So
Okay,
it'll be able to handle legal loads.
thank you.
But that is to say that it will only be able to handle the weight, will not be able to deal with more traffic. It's not being expanded, or it'll be the same size as it was before.
They're not allowed to make a right out of those facilities and go that way, the tractor trailer.
Oh, okay,
They're mandated to go towards 512,
okay,
so nobody's gonna be going over that bridge.
okay, good, thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you for working on it, Greg. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Any other questions for Greg? All right, thanks, Greg.
Bother them a little bit.
New business. Mark, you have some good news on Glendon Hotel?
I do. Thanks to the efforts of Mr. Emili, it looks like the hotel is scheduled to start demolition on next Monday,
Nice.
the 13th. So,
So recognition
Exciting.
to Mike for making that happen. Thanks, Mike. I knew there was a reason he was here.
Do we have to sing the song now?
All right, good.
and then just
Hey, hang
one.
on, is there gonna be punch list items by the end of the year?
Oh, my God, no, no. Down.
I just hope the demolition is complete by the end of the year.
It should.
I believe, like, is it a 2-week schedule?
He has to talk at the mic. He knows that.
Yeah, I believe they said the actual demolition work will take about 2 to 3 weeks, and then from there, they'll, just finish up the grading of the site.
Right, good.
That's great.
That's good news, thank you.
Steve's Hotel will be going.
And then just one other heads up for the next meeting. We are anticipating a St. Luke's bond refinancing, which will require the GPA to approve that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Then I don't have to come, right?
Pardon?
I don't have to be here then, right?
Just,
I can't vote on it.
you ran through the Glendon Hotel a little bit too quickly. What seems to be of interest to a lot of folks is the Sprite sign. And somewhere between between the General Purpose Authority meeting and the council meeting, someone has absconded the Sprite sign.
Really?
Yeah, I
Absconded, I'm sorry, I gotta work on it. Like,
stole.
yeah.
I was trying to be nice.
Misplaced.
It was there one day and then
No kidding.
not the next. I don't know if perhaps one of the council members asking us to reach out to the Historical Society had spurred someone's belief that this rusty old Sprite sign was of significant value, but somebody did take it down.
Hopefully we'll see it in a museum somewhere.
Watch for it on eBay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I did have one other update with the Glendon Hotel. So the county is looking to apply to the state for home funding to do the redevelopment. We had anticipated an application round before the end of the year, and the state just informed us that has been pushed to the first quarter of next year. So
Yeah, I was gonna ask, so when it does finally come down, what's the next phase in the timeline of getting bids
We-
to it, or waiting for the
Well-
funding before you get bids, or?
So we are currently lining up, there's some additional due diligence that needs to be done, some geotechnical investigation. And we're gonna have to go through subdivision and land development with Glendon Borough. So we're lining that up that we can start those steps once the building's down. It'll be much easier to do that work. And so we'll work on that while we wait to be able to apply for the funding.
And how long does the application process take?
It's really hit or miss with them these days. Sometimes, they're pretty quick and can turn a decision around in, say, 2 months, 3 months. Other times, we've waited 6 to 9 months. So I anticipate,
Could I ask you to be more specific who you're dealing with?
this is the state DCED. With this particular program, I think they're a little more consistent with their schedule in getting these funds out.
Anything else from Mark? Thank you, Mark.
Mark, can I ask one more question, please?
Of course.
How much do you anticipate, once we're able to get a grant from DCED, that we would receive?
I'm sorry, Ann, did you ask how much we're expecting to receive?
How long?
Yes. No, how much?
So what we're talking about, and these are still some ballpark numbers, we got to sharpen our pencils. We're looking at close to $1 million project, and we would be applying for 600,000 from the state.
Great, thank you.
If there's nothing else, the next meeting will be Tuesday, January 4th, 8:15 here in the chamber. All right. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, adjourn. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, Ron.
Have a good day.
Happy
Thank you, Ron.
holidays.
Everyone.
Happy holidays.
So the Glendon Bridge is, the Glendon Hotel is coming down from, like,
Let's see, let me shut my microphone off.